The essential that we want to focus on now is the offering time. So each week, someone typically stands up and sets up the offering time in your church. Now, if you're like me and my previous experience, this is often an afterthought. Pastors prepare their sermons, worship leaders prepare their music, but people do not prepare for the offering time. This is typically set up, by maybe a worship leader or choir leader who says the ushers are now going to pass around the plates, or maybe at the end of announcements, someone says, we're now going to pray and ask God's blessing over these tithes, which is all fine, but it's a missed opportunity. It's a missed opportunity to be strategic with something that can do a lot for your church budget. And the offering time gives you an opportunity to, number one, talk about online giving and talk about automation, automatic recurring giving. And nobody finds it surprising that you talk about it because you're setting up the offering time. It gives you a chance to do that. It gives you a chance to cast vision as to why you take up an offering, as to why you have digital giving and recurring giving, to highlight different ministry areas that you're going to utilize these resources on behalf of. You can say something to your congregation like, did you know that each week in this church, there are 50 kids and teenagers here? And that your generosity is giving us resources to help teach them about the truth of Jesus Christ and how it applies to their life. So you're highlighting something that people may not know. Did you know that we support 3 missionaries around the world and that your generosity is connected to that? Setting up the offering time gives you a chance to do that. It gives you a chance to thank the congregation for their generosity. It gives you a chance to educate them and talk about some biblical knowledge as to why God asked us and why Jesus talks about us giving. Why is that so important? Some people don't know. And so you can use the offering time setup to educate them. You can share stories of families that have been impacted or marriages and families that have been impacted by the work of your church body, and just let people know, hey, their offering, their money contributes to that. If kids go off to camp or summer camp and they have this incredible experience, what your congregation does as far as being generous, it is connected to that. So you're connecting people's pocketbooks to life change and to the movement of God in your church body. It also gives you an opportunity to simply invite people to give. And there may be some people in your congregation that the reason that they don't give either checks or cash, or the reason that they haven't given online or haven't set up online recurring donations is because you haven't invited them to. Very clearly saying, here's what I would like for you to do. For some of you, you're going to be taking this step for the first time. Today, I would love to invite you for the first time to give to the vision and mission of this church. And I want you to know we're going to work as hard as we can to be faithful stewards of your money, and we want to utilize these resources to impact the next generation, people in this congregation, people in this community, missionaries around the world. Your finances are connected to life change. And I want to invite you to participate in that today. And I think if you do, you're going to be glad that you did. And it creates an opportunity for this, typically random part of your service, this offering time setup, to be strategic. And anytime you work to make something that's random strategic and you put a little effort of preparation into it, it's going to get better and it's going to be more effective, which is going to translate to a healthier budget for you. So the offering time, don't overlook it. Put somebody in charge of it, make sure people are thinking through it ahead of time, and work to make it an effective, powerful part of your service each week.